What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 50. Yes, we hit the big number. And in this one, we're going to be starting off the bay room here. We'll get this little hallway finished, and we'll get most of this room marked. We really just have the mass amount of pipes left, and which honestly isn't that much, and then we'll be done. We also, there's a couple details I had missed in water treatment before, so I get the 2 that I am aware of. Now I'm second guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure that should be everything in water treatment from that point. And yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. As I mentioned, I think in the last part, this next room is probably going to be one of the worst left in the entire chapter, but again, once we get through, really, we just have like, there's a couple small ones that are going to be a little annoying, but there's no more pit rooms or anything, which is good, and I guess the bay room is the only room that's like giant that's left. You want to start by getting out the following materials anyway. Cyan terracotta, light gray concrete, I guess cobblestone walls. It kind of doesn't matter a ton, but I will just go with cobblestone. Regular stone, polished deep slate walls, tough bricks, maybe, I don't know if we'll use them. Levers, end rods, and we're also going to go cobblestone slabs. So head to the doorway on the left, the one that should be marked as Bay 2. I don't know why some have zeros and some don't, but whatever. If you look back at the doorway, you're going to take the polished andesite immediately off of either side, and you're going to just coat the bottom 4 blocks of it in with cyan terracotta. Leave above the door open, like these 2 rows. You just want to kind of have these pillars, essentially. You then bring them out diagonally towards you a row. From this point, you want to take these cyan terracotta on either side these pillars and extend them out with 15 rows of light gray concrete. Just like so. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. Hey, it's part 50. Would you look at that? I just realized that, actually. It's like, sometimes I have that moment where I'm like, what part is it again? And then I just remember. And it's like, oh yeah. On the right side, you want to take the bottom row of light gray, and you want to find the middle 3, which is going to be leaving 6 light gray off either side, 4, 5, 6, and you'll break those middle 3 and replace them with cobblestone walls. The 2 closest to the dark oak doors, you'll break a row above them and replace more cobblestone walls. If you are still looking towards that doorway, you'll take the bottom back one and extend it left with a cobblestone block just made out of slabs, and then you'll extend that block towards you with a also slab. The floor and ceiling will be a block above and below these walls, and they will be filled in entirely with stone till the end row exactly. You don't want to go further because the tough bricks will fill in from that point, so yeah, I think that's the only important information there. But you do want both. And that'll also cover off the sea lanterns, I guess. Not that that really matters, but except I'm not actually going to cover them off entirely, because I don't need to. Nice. If you start from the doorway itself, you can actually use that cobblestone block we placed on the left side, because just in front of it or towards the doors, you're going to place a row of polished deep slate walls. They extended back a row, and then you'll also place one at the far back row. You will copy these polished deep slate walls on the right wall. From this point, if you take the ceiling line, you want to take the middle 2 rows, and then you'll take the 3rd stone back and place a couple of levers. They want to be pointed towards the end of the hallway like so. Off of them, you can crouch and place 2 end rods, and then levers pointed into those end rods. You may have to power them on, you may not have to, it depends. At least one set per light you'll need to power on, and then the other you won't. You'll then leave a gap of 5 extending towards the end still, and place more levers pointed that way. 2 end rods, and then levers pointed back into those end rods again. Nice. I go back and forth between this, and Chapter 3 introduces a third light design, so just in case you guys wanted more inconsistency, you have it. You can, from this point, extend the end polished deep shade wall rows out an additional well row. The bottom, like the floor of stone, these center 2 blocks you'll bring back with stone, but every other block you'll bring out with a tough brick. Which includes the left and rightmost stone on the bottom. We aren't going to worry about the up and down right now in this room. We'll probably get there later, but I don't even know if I want to get there immediately. We might just, like, base that off of where the things end up lining up. No, I'll probably give you the number at some point. But again, we won't fill in anything until we're done with it. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. Warp fences. Bamboo fences. Mangrove trapdoors. Warp fence gates. Mangrove fences. Mangrove pressure plates. Flower pots. And we'll go stone brick slabs. We won't even get anything else because there's no point. Starting from the front of the hallway, we're going to direct our attention to the right first. And you'll take the second row of light gray concrete. I almost just said light blue. You'll place warp fence gates along the full thing open into the wall. Behind that, you'll leave a gap of 1 and then place a row of warp fences. Behind that, a row of bamboo fences. Left wall out of the 6 row, I guess 5 rows actually, you'll end up leaving the first 2 open, and the next one you'll place 3 bamboo fence extending up, and the next one you'll place a full row of 4. Not the very top block there, but the second one down on the row of 4, you'll place a mangrove trapdoor opened up against the fences, preferably. You'll keep going back, and we'll start with the left this time. Off of this back wall here, this cobblestone wall, you'll place a mangrove fence and extend it all the way up. On the right, you'll be an additional block back from that fence and place 3 mangrove fence extending up, and then go all the way back until you hit the walls. You won't actually technically connect into them, but that's besides the point. Left of this bottom mangrove fence, you want a mangrove pressure plate. Extend it back with a flower pot. Then count back diagonally left by 2 and place another flower pot. Extend back 1, then right 1. To the right side here above at the top layer of the wall, you're going to place a full row of upside down stone brick slabs. That actually leaves 2 blocks off of the back. So I guess it's just the front 5. But, yeah. Clear your inventory and get out the following. A bee nest. Yellow terracotta. Spruce trapdoor. Mangrove button, and that's all you should need. On the backmost stone you can, which is just in front of these walls, you'll place a bee nest. Either have the holes facing into the walls or the polished deep shade walls or into the light gray concrete, whichever. I prefer the light gray concrete, but I actually didn't have it like that on the original. On top of that bee nest, you'll place a yellow terracotta, and to the left of it, you'll place a spruce trapdoor opened in line with the front of it. Crouch and place a mangrove button off of that trapdoor, and that'll be this particular room done. Now, for the next room, we're just going to start off with tough bricks, not actually tough brick walls. And, yeah, I'll get all the numbers really quick. We'll start with the ring of the room, or as in the total size, I guess. You'll take any of these tough bricks on the left and right, these rows of 4, and extend them out by 7. You'll then extend the very end block outwards, or, towards the open abyss, or whatever direction, by 19. You'll then connect those end tough bricks together, and I believe that should give you a square. It doesn't quite look like a square. Well, those sides would be 20 in total, and that would be 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, it should be a square. Why does that not look like a square to me? I'm doing the square check. 1 second here. 220, or no, I guess the 224 to this direction. It should be 230 or 243. This would be 433 down, so 414. Yeah, okay, that is a square. I just am bad at math, I guess. We're going to use the doorway rather than the square we just made, since you didn't really have to pick a particular block. You want to take one of these 2 tough bricks underneath the polished deep set walls, or alternatively the stone actually counts, and you'll go down with 14 tough bricks. Just like so. From the top row, you'll go up with 29 tough bricks. And that should, in theory, be the entire size of this particular room. And you want to fill all the tough bricks up and down to those heights. I'm going to square everything off, and then I'll slash fill most of what I can. I guess I actually can just do all sides, because I can do a keep command and then just remove whatever needs to be removed. But yeah. Leave the top and bottom open. We will end up filling them with black concrete eventually. But I'm not worried about that just yet, because I'd rather have it open in case, God forbid, one of these numbers ends up wrong, because I think you should notice. At least I'll point out if it matters. I don't think it'll matter too much, because it'd be like a block or off or something. Even if it's a couple off, it's not like you're not gonna have enough room for the things we need, so yeah. It is odd, the amount of rooms that just don't have floors or ceilings. I mean, okay, well, I guess that's 2 that is neither, but I think there's more than that that are missing one or the other. Molding room there's a void in, I see that over there. Statues technically has one, but statues is a weird, I feel like, exception to that. And yeah, I'll just go here, and a whole lot of filling now. Whoa, I missed. That looks crazy, actually. Something about outlines always looks cool to me. I don't know why. Whether it be in Minecraft or in real life, I guess. Technically, real life is applicable here. I'll start from the top again. Just because I think it's better. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that is the same, which means I've done it correct. And then I'll just have to break the extra ones that get placed. This should also be a 28, right? No, I guess it'll be less. Oh, no, it is a 28. Oh, no, yeah, because the corners would have already been made, right? Heh, forgot about that one. And I'll just break this, open it up, and yeah, you should end up with this. A giant room that is giant, I don't know. We'll start laying out some of the things that we can, I guess. So, we'll start with the monster spawner. So if you clear your inventory of the one material and get out monster spawners, iron bars, pale oak trapdoors, levers, and glow item frames, you start by taking this first row of stone and extend it out with 6 monster spawners per block. Off these sides of the monster spawners, you're going to place pale oak trapdoors open up against them. Just leave the end rows of 2 open. Obviously you can't on the one side, but whatever. And then if you crouch and place more pale oak trapdoors on top of those previous ones and open them in the same direction, it'll give you some railings. Whoa. You'll extend the monster spawners out an additional row, and then from there you'll extend left and right by 2 to give you a row of 6. Yeah, extend that aforementioned row of 6 out that way, an additional, I believe, 5 rows, but I want to confirm, yeah. I thought it was a square, but I knew if I just assumed it was, I'd be wrong somehow. Oh no, I guess it should, because it's directly centered in the room. You can actually check that if you just try to place 6 blocks off each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be centered. Nice. Around the edges of the square, you'll place iron bars on each end block, except for where it connects into the little catwalk here. I'm going to bring each corner iron bar up by 1, just so I remember that these need to get brought up. If I do forget, then there you go. They'll get brought up into the ceiling whenever we have one. In either back corner monster spawner that excludes the ones that iron bars are on top of, you'll place a couple levers here. And I have them pointed that way again, but it doesn't particularly matter. It's just up to you. Counting on these side iron bars, you'll count forward 2 from the one that the levers are just inside of, and you'll place a glow item frame on both sides. If you want to place like a light block or something on top of the iron bar, you can, just so it actually looks like these are emitting some sort of light and aren't just randomly there. Oh boy, the conveyors. This is where things will get fun. And when I say fun, I mean anything but fun. Get out the following. Polished blackstone slabs. Polished blackstone stairs. Andesite stairs. And I think we'll just leave it at that for now. So, what I want you to do is take the... or stand on top of the payload trapdoors here. And you want to just head all the way into the front right-hand corner. Make sure your Y value doesn't change. And I'm going to place a stair under me, or a block under me, I guess, so I know that this is the correct height. From this corner against the wall, you'll count back by 2, and you'll place extending out here 4 upside-down polished blackstone slabs. Extend back, left, and then back by 13. And we'll do whatever pathway ends first, which is that one. Neither of them end very quickly, but this one ends first. You'll go up diagonally right from now with an upside down stair facing right. Right with an upside down slab. Up diagonally right with an upside down stair facing right. If I just say stair, it's polished blackstone, by the way. Then towards you with an upside down slab. Right. Forward. Up diagonally forward with a stair. Everything should be upside down here, both slabs and stairs. I'll specify if it changes, because I know some slabs aren't. You'll then go forward with 3 slabs, but again, these are upside down. Up diagonally forward with stair. Forward with 3 slabs. Up diagonally forward with stair. Forward with 4 slabs. Left. Forward. Left with an upside down andesite stair coming off the wall. Then with an upside down slab. Then upside down stair coming off the wall. You'll then leave a gap of 2 and place 4 upside down polished blackstone slabs. And then up diagonally left with a stair. Facing left. Head back to the point where we went left. All the way back here. Like where we're up against the back wall. This slab you'll extend left by 2. Then up diagonally left with a stair facing left. Left with an upside down slab. And then an upside down andesite stair facing forward. Left with a slab. Up diagonally left with a stair. Only specify andesite. Most of it will be polished blackstone as well. Left with 4 slabs. Forward. Left. Forward 2. Up diagonally forward with a stair. Then forward with an andesite stair facing right. Again, always upside down. Then up diagonally forward with a stair. Forward with a slab. And then from this slab, you'll go up diagonally forward by 4 with slabs that are each a half a block up from the previous one. And you should end with an upside down slab. In front of that, an upside down andesite stair facing right, and then 2 more slabs. This slab will be extended left by 1, along with right by 4. And then you'll go up diagonally right with a stair facing right. Right with a slab. Up diagonally right with a stair. Right with a slab. Up diagonally right with a stair. Right with a slab, and then you'll extend that slab up diagonally right by 2, again by half a block each time. This time you'll just go right by 2 and back by 1. We don't have any fancy corner here. And then from there you'll go up diagonally back with an upside down polished black stone stair facing back. I didn't need all that. Back with 3 slabs. Up diagonally back with a stair. Back with 3 slabs. Up diagonally back with stair. Then back with 2 slabs. And then again, you'll connect right into the wall, which is 2 slabs this time. And in addition, you will go left by 10. Did I place 10 there? Yeah. Then you'll go forward, left, forward 3, right by 1, and in addition, left by 2. Then with slabs, you're going to go up diagonally left and back with a slab. Back by 1. Up diagonally back 1. Back 1. Up diagonally left 1. And then back 1 again. And that's the main course there. And I feel like that's all, actually. No, there's just that one. Is that one important, though? There's also that one, but that one's 1 block. We can place those, I think, now, yeah. So, on the right side, the top line here, which is, again, the back wall is this tough brick wall. That would be the front, so just opposite of that, the way the levers are pointing for me. If you take the backmost row of 4 out of these 2, which just includes the stair, you'll actually take this stair particularly, and if you count to the tough brick on the wall that is a block above it, which is this one, you'll count up an additional 4. And place extending off the wall 3 upside down polished black stone slabs. You'll then go down diagonally left, left, and then down diagonally left by 2. There's a singular sign on that one. Oh, it's because I forgot to place the signs, not because there's not supposed to be any. Haha, nice job, me. I don't know why I got rid of the andesite stairs. You actually still need them. On the front wall, if you're looking at it, you want to be on the left above, if you're, like, to the left, I guess, which where you have these 2 andesite stairs. You see it's, I guess, again, if you're looking at the door, it's left. You'll take the rightmost andesite stair of the 2 and count up by 3 and place a regular polished black stone slab off that one, not upside down. Okay, now the andesite stairs that are off the wall, you want to, they should all be 1 block off the wall that are. You're going to bring them towards the wall with an andesite stair facing into it, and then bring that stair down with an upside down stair facing away from the wall. I think there's 3 of them you have to do this with. Yep. Like so. Okay, you want to get out mangrove signs, warp signs, and bamboo signs. And I would advise placing all of these down, just for a second. And if you're on PC, control block pick, whatever your block pick may be, each of the signs. And you'll get these signs that say plus data. This is going to make this next step so much easier. If you can't do this, I genuinely feel bad for you, because this will take like 5 years. If you start from where we started here, you want to start placing mangrove signs. And so these signs are going to branch off of both sides. And so when I say this, you're going around here. I'll explain the corners in a sec. And essentially what you want to do is go up the right side and follow the entire right, including the little spot where, whoopsies, the gap is. On the other side of the gap here, you want these signs. You don't want them on this singular slab. I'll get there later. Just like so. You can just get this information now and then take a pause break as you get there. You also want these signs going up the left, and they're going to go all the way, and they should stop when you hit, I believe it's this corner right here. Yeah, this upside down andesite stair is actually where I'm going to precisely stop them, because this ends up being warped on that side. So for the corners, you can do whatever you want, really. There's not a particular right or wrong way. I generally leave them open, because I think it makes more sense. Like, obviously, a situation like here, I can place it off this one, but you can't see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, like, here, you can't place it off either side. And this one, I guess you could just pick one to place it, but it really doesn't matter a ton. It's not something I would spend the majority of your time thinking about what you want to do with. So, yeah. And here where you have the... Like, whenever you have an intersection point like this, I usually have it on the row where the, like, line going both ways is where the sign will be. So there, essentially, rather than on this side of the block. And, yeah. I would recommend pausing to get all of that done. And I'll be starting in, like, 2 seconds. Pretty much. In addition, you want to get out polished deep set as we do this, because we're going to place all of the buttons that you need. So, why is that button so low? Whatever. Where you have the intersection point, this first one, on this slab here, or this, whatever it is, this slab here, I think, yeah, you're placing a mangrove sign just facing left to right. It's going to be standing. On the wall, you want to count to the, I believe, second tough brick above the sign, which is this one. Break it, place polished deep set with a mangrove sign off of it. That point where we stop the mangrove on the left, you'll pick it up with warp signs, and these warp signs will just go for this little portion on the front, and they'll stop at this corner here. I actually have it on this block rather than, well, I guess because this is a right angle, so I have it on this part of the block, and then the back side will go all the way to the corner, and it'll just stop pretty neatly there. And you do want this little end here as well to be warped. In addition, on this intersection point, you want another mangrove sign that's just kind of standing like so. Where that mangrove sign is, you want to count to the tough brick directly behind it. You'll count left 2, up 1, polish deep set in the wall with a warp sign off of it. Heading to the next portion, this flat part is bamboo signs, and again, it stops at the intersection. So I have it off of this stair, but I don't have it off of this slab because that will be mangrove, spoiler alert. Not a ton of signs there. And so this button is actually below this portion. It's below that stair and in line with the platform above you, or the one above you, which is where the, I think it's the berry golden statue is, or it's Mommy or Barry. It's one of the two, I think. Or it could be Bunza, potentially. I don't remember at all. But you're going to take the, I believe it's the 4th tough brick below, or 5th? 1st, 2nd, 3rd. It is the 4th below, yes. And you're going to break it and replace it with a polished deep set with a bamboo sign off of it. Alternatively, you have 3 tough bricks below you, and then the mangrove row there, the red conveyor. The rest of the conveyor is actually mangrove signs, so this one will be fairly simple. And I guess I'll go both blocks here, and then I'll just leave that alone and go around here. Kind of make sure, like, especially for this one, because of this one's a little bit odd, you know where the actual, like, conveyor would follow. So, like, essentially, because there's just a weird diagonal, like, the conveyor would end up going here to here and then to here. So, like, the signs where I have them right there makes sense enough. On this intersection point, you have the mangrove sign facing left to right again. Or forward, I guess. The long side is left to right. There's also one between the bamboo and mangrove at this intersection point, which you should probably add. Speaking of that mangrove sign, you'll actually trace it back to the wall. And if you stand on this platform, you'll actually take the tough brick at eye level, which would be 1 block over the mangrove sign. And you'll count up diagonally left by 1. Oopsies. And on this block, you'll place polished deep set with a mangrove sign off of it in the wall. There's also one over here, basically, if you take this flat portion where the conveyor would feed the Bunzo toys directly onto your little platform there when it's up here. I guess it still technically would, even if it's down there. But you're going to take the 3rd tough brick up. So first would be just, like, in line with these slabs, I guess. 2nd, 3rd. Polished deep set in the wall, mangrove sign off of it. And that should be all of the buttons according to my calculations. And yeah, now, I just don't like this room at all. There's nothing fun. Ow, there's nothing fun about this room. Clear your inventory and get out light gray stained glass, I think. Is it light gray or is it white? It looks like it's light gray. It is light gray. I can tell because I can't see it in my hotbar. Anyway, head back down to the bottom and we can actually start breaking things. So, I guess get out black concrete because you want to break an opening like where this area started, a little doorway, and you'll fill it in a block back with black concrete. But in that gap, along with following around, you'll place light gray stained glass until you're one block before the mangrove sign that's standing there. Going right of the mangrove sign, you'll place light gray stained glass on everything here. And again, at the end one, you're going to, I think, break into the wall. Yeah. So when you place, basically you have this stair here at the very end. Over the gap, you're going to break a little doorway up here, and again, place black concrete a block back, and I'll have the light gray go into it. While we're over here, this singular polished black stone slab, you can get out tough brick slabs. Polished black stone slabs, and I forgot the bamboo signs for this one, so get those out. And you'll break the tough brick directly in the wall from this and place a polished black stone slab. You'll break two more extending up, and in line with that top one, you'll place an upside down tough brick slab. And then I'll place black concrete a block back from this one. Off these sides of this front slab, you'll place bamboo signs. You actually don't want one on the right necessarily. I'm going to place it now. But once we get something else in, we'll end up having to destroy that. I just feel like putting it in anyway. Heading back down to the point where the conveyor splits off, you'll take this mangrove sign and going left, you're going to place glass on everything until you physically can't place it directly on top anymore, which is going to be that slab right there. You see, you'd have a half a block, so you do not want that. You'll skip ahead to this next mangrove sign here, which is where the warp signs are, and you want to break the doorway to the side of it, which I think is left, yeah. And you'll place black concrete to block back. Nothing glass-wise, though. Right of the sign, you'll place light gray stained glass again until you physically can't place it directly on top anymore, which will be that slab. You'll then skip specifically this corner and on this upside-down stair where the first bamboo signs are seen, pretty much. At least on both sides, you'll place glass going all the way until you are... until you can't again, I guess, because you have the sign here. Yet again, to the right of the sign, you'll break a doorway and place the black concrete to block over. And going left of the sign, you'll leave a gap of 1, and then place light gray stained glass going all the way until you have the straight, or I guess until you hit the other mangrove sign, actually. It's mangrove sign hell over here. This little weird path that curves off to the left of this polished black stone slab, you're going to break a 3 blocks, actually, 1 in line with the slab and 2 up. Place a polished black stone slab at the bottom, upside down tough brick slab at the top, and then again fill this a block out with black concrete. There's a couple more that don't particularly serve any purpose, but do still exist for some reason. There's one pretty much right directly where we are, actually. If you take the upside down tough brick slab at the top of this one, you're going to trace to the right until you're on the 3rd tough brick over on, I believe, the back wall. And you'll break that one along with the one below, and this will be filled in with black concrete. On the right wall, you do have one over these slabs, actually, so you'll break 2 blocks up and then fill it with black concrete. And guess what we forgot? These signs. So this one has mangrove signs off of these sides. Or should. I don't have them, but you should have them, like so. I hate how it sometimes block picks twice. But it's fine. I'll have to remember to fix that later when I'm in the actual world. Because this is a copy. On the front wall is where most of them are. So if you look at the front wall, and again are looking in this direction, you want to take the polished deep slate block with the warp sign off of it here to the right. And you will leave a gap of 4 extending up, and break the next 2 and place black concrete to block out again. From the top of that one, you'll count up by 4 again. Left 1, place 2, or break 2, extending up, and place your black concrete. From the top of that one, you will count from, including this tough brick will be number 1, so you'll count up from, I guess, is black concrete by 4. Then right by 3, and you'll break 2 up, and you'll place the black concrete again. And yeah, those are all of them. I don't know why they're all on one side, but they are, so... You know, that do be how it is, I guess. We still have time, which is great. What isn't great about that, though, is that there's really not a lot we can do without fully committing ourselves to, like, doing it all. So, it's a case of what can we do, I guess, briefly. We can get some of the lanterns and stuff in. So, clear your inventory and get out the following. Iron bars. Lanterns. And we'll go pale oak fence gates. We'll actually just start bringing supports up now. You can take the 4 corners of the little platform here that you are actually standing on, and you'll just bring the iron bars up to roughly where the ceiling height is. I can actually line it up perfectly, but I wouldn't worry about necessarily doing that with the top tough brick, because eventually you'll probably have to... Or you might have to... Once you fill in the ceiling, you can check that either way, I should say. God, words are hard. And yeah. Honestly, pretty good to get, like, a lot of this room done in a part, because that means next part we can start working towards the weird hospital-looking room over there. And once we hit that point, I mean, we're, like, definitely getting there. And fairly quickly, too. Nice. I'm starting to, like, see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know? It felt like it didn't exist for so long, but I think I finally am seeing it. On the back wall, we'll start with the mangrove button, or the red button here. You can actually get out spruce planks, because we can do this too as well here. If you count to the, actually just the first tough brick above it, you'll break that and the, it would be 4 above it? Yes, 4 above it, so 5 tough bricks extending up in total, and replace them with spruce planks. When I say you place a row of a number, it's going to start from the top and go down. So right of this, you'll place a row of 4, which is just 1 shorter on the bottom, and then right of that, a row of 1. Left of this, a row of 3, and then a row of 1. Off of the... Not the bottom spruce plank quite, the spruce plank above it in the center here, you want a lantern here, but I guess you'll have to count up another one and place an iron bar with a lantern there. The catch with this one is the iron bar just gets brought up by 2, because we have a cross beam there that we'll add probably next part if I had to guess. On the right side where you have the bamboo button, you'll be on the second tough brick above this one, and again you'll have the lantern there. We'll count up by 1 to place that first iron bar, then lantern. This one will be brought up until it kind of sort of connects into that. It technically doesn't, but pretend like it does, because I don't know. It's weird, okay? That's why. Heading back down and tracing this along, you want to be... We'll do the warp button here. Again, it's second tough brick above it. You have the lantern and everything above that is iron bars. I don't think this one connects to anything. Nope, it doesn't. Nice. This one does, though, so get out warp slabs, and to the right of, not the lantern, but the second iron bar above it, if you're looking at this wall, you'll place a row of warp slabs here that goes just all the way across. The one exception here is the very final one is an upside down warp slab, a block below, so down diagonally, like so. There's a reason for that. Not important yet, but you will see it later, I promise. The lantern is going to be kind of in the corner here. It should be, from this, I guess, mangrove sign, it'll be forward diagonally left, and it'll be an iron bar and a lantern coming down. Alternatively, it's 3 off that wall. Continuing around, I have to sneeze. There's a lantern above this first row of 4 glass. It'll be the... If you're looking at it the right more of the center too, you'll leave... I'll place how many planks up? 3? And then I'll place an iron bar on top, and then I'll break the planks and place a lantern off the underside. This one will connect into something eventually, but I will just bring it all the way up for now, because it connects kind of high, and it's not something worth counting, so... The next button, which is the final one, which... Actually, I think both mangrove buttons. We missed that one, didn't we? Oh no, I guess never mind. It's this one here. That final one doesn't actually have a light above it. but this one, or it might have that one above it. That one's above it. Okay, yeah, that one gets a fancy light. But you want to be on the second tough brick above this, and again, you'll have the lantern there, but you'd have to count up again for the iron bar, and then the lantern off the underside of it. Nice. Two more support-related things. On the, where you have this mangrove sign here, that is the direction, and again, it's where the bunzo tours would pour into your little cart. You want to place iron bars off the furthest right that extend all the way up. In addition, to the other side here where you have the, again, the special toy, off of the very final slab, you want to place pale oak fence gates going all the way up that are opened towards the doorway there, so it is to the right. And then there's one thing I just remembered that we have to do that isn't even in this room, but I remembered it because, yes. Actually, there's two things now that I say that. We forgot the little bunzo toy reader on the other side. Yeah, you should have this. So, brief intermission from this room, you can leave and head to the opposite side of water treatment. Just head straight across to this doorway. And you want to get out the following. Bamboo planks, bamboo slabs, warp signs, gray banners, and a glow item frame. To the right of this door at the bottom, you'll place an upside down bamboo slab. Above it off the wall, a gray banner, and above that a bamboo plank. Off the bamboo plank, you want a warp sign. Head forward to kind of the front of this room, and on the cyan terracotta pillar here at the left, you want to place a glow item frame at the third one up. Off the left. I don't know why I missed that one, or why that's even there, frankly. It's the only one, but it's there. And yeah, that's the extra details in this room. And actually, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 50 of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 complete. If you guys do notice at any point I miss a detail, feel free to mention it. There's like a 50-50 chance I would have done it in the later part. But like that, I would have probably noticed that one, I would assume, at one point. I don't even know what made me think of it, honestly. I was just thinking about the Bunzo toy in general. I was like, oh yeah, that thing gets the Bunzo toy scan, or that thing scans the Bunzo toys. But yeah, hopefully next part we'll be able to finish this room, and then again, start moving on. But yeah, not a bad amount of progress, honestly. I expected this room to take like 3 parts. Anyway, or at least 2 full ones. Thank you guys if you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.